What's his gym called?
Strength Equals.
But maybe I'll have to do a video on how to make these things. It's pretty simple. All it is this is a 2-inch PVC pipe. I mean, it costs you, I probably made this thing for under $5. Got myself 5 feet of cable, put it in there. I mean, I'll have to do a whole video on how to make it. But anyways, now this thing is a great tool. I use this for many things, as I'm going to show you. So, depending on where you want to train, on what part of the arm wrestling area, I'll explain that what I mean. So now what I do is, now I'm twisting this, giving this a twist. So now it's got a torque where it wants to come out of my hand, like as if someone trying to give me a top roll or manipulate my wrist. So I mean, there's no weight on here right now, so let's put some weight. Give it a nice little warm up first with 25 pounds. Eventually I'm gonna build myself a arm wrestling table. But for now, we're gonna use this. So if you space this out evenly the right way, that way you don't want it to be on your hand because that's just gonna hurt. So I give it a couple of twists. The more twists you give it, the more torque it's gonna have. That's what I'm looking for. Also, I didn't mention I put some grip tape just for grip. All right, so now you're getting that motion for arm wrestling. Now arm wrestling, even though it's called arm wrestling, it isn't just your arm. Of course, you're using your pec muscles, your back muscles, your abdominal muscles. Sitting down again is well, really most people are probably arm wrestle in the amateur level, sitting down at a table. Most people don't have a table, an arm wrestling table. So they're sitting down usually, so get good at it like this. Anyways, so I mean you can turn this into whatever you want, how heavy you want to go, reps, okay? It could just be solely just your wrist you're trying to work on. So as I was saying, you can adjust the chain to how far you want to work the range of motion. So, for example, of course, you want to train yourself, I guess, getting out of the losing position, I guess, as you would call. So, I mean, obviously now look at the leverage where I'm at. So, yeah, you can now adjust that. Put these out of the way. So there's one thing I've been working on. Like I said, I have to do a video on how to make this, but I'm sure you can figure it out. Do your own version, it's not that complicated. Okay, I also use it for grip training. Okay, so let's lower this. Not that that in itself isn't grip training, what I just did. But now, just to say, I want to work the inside of my forearm. Just a little bit more. Do one arm at a time with this implement. So now I'm just bringing it in. So I like this because not only are you getting the wrist roll, you're also getting the strength, you're training the strength of the grip, trying to hold on to this 2-inch barrel or tube. So you can turn, again, heavy, go with reps. The reason why I do two hands, and I'm going to show you how I do two hands at once, but I do like the one-handed way. That way I can give this hand assistance when it starts to get tired. Can do heavy negatives with it. I think heavy negatives with it is the way to go. What I mean by negatives, if you don't understand, is the lowering part of the movement. I can, like I said, I can add more weight to that. You're stronger usually in that position, and it makes my hand have to work harder, especially the thumb on this grip. So if this was a heavy weight, you know, I can use this to help me get it in position and then lower under control, okay? So one more thing I'd like to show what I use this for. It's to mimic this bad boy right here. So I've been training to try to lift the 𝘏𝘓𝘪 dumbbell. The 𝘏𝘓𝘪 dumbbell, go online, you can check out the history of what the 𝘏𝘓𝘪 dumbbell is. There isn't many people in the world that can pick it up. So this is a 2.5-inch handle. It's fixed, so it rotates the whole thing. This is set at 145 pounds. The 𝘏𝘓𝘪 dumbbell weighs 172. The thing is just to pick it up with one hand. Right now, 145 I can't pick up yet. The most I've picked up is 138 pounds, so that I added weight. So, I mean, the idea is again, try to pick it up. You see, there's so much torque. So, another thing, this thing's about the same width as this handle. Another thing I use this for, to train for that. Because that's a pain to adjust the weight. So I leave it where it's at. I actually think the torque on this setup is harder than the actual torque on the dumbbell over there. So, same idea as the machine. I just clip as low as I can onto this. Just by the way, if you go to my YouTube channel, Strength Equals, I have some stuff about this machine. This is I call it the D-lift machine. It does all kinds of things, but for now I can use it to even do this. So again, I twist this so that I'm getting that same torque as that. It wants to spin out of my hand. Okay, so now I just lift, and I can control how much weight, of course, I put on this. And you'd be surprised how weak you can be. I don't know how much the actual total weight is. Obviously, I just put 10 pounds on. This pin itself weighs 10 pounds, but the physics of the lever, I don't know. But like I said, this thing creates a lot more torque with the cable set up on it. So it's a good training for that. So just like that, again, you can see how it wants to spin. I'll try not to give it so much strength, and you'll see what I'm talking about. See? So this is obviously, you can micromanage the weight here to help get to that. The way I do it is once I can lift with each hand, 5 reps, then I add weight. All right, so that's some of the grip exercises that I do for my hand, my forearms, like you saw the arm wrestling. Another idea I like to show people, this is for the two-handed method. It's nothing special, but I guess going two hands, it's just if you're in a rush or want to work a little bit heavier weight. So same idea. So I roll the cable so that it's tight when I'm down here. And again, what I'm doing here now is just sucking or rolling in the weight. The only disadvantage with this one, if it is a disadvantage, you can't do negatives with it, of course. But anyways, it does put a lot of strain on good strain on the forearm muscle and the hand, of course. And then this way you can also go the other way. So put the torque now rolling this way, and at the same time curling it somewhat, like a reverse curl, as you see, and then I let it roll out and then roll back up. Okay, so that's working this part and this part of your arms. So again, a cheap PVC pipe. This actually all came from the same pipe, this and the little guy. Like I said, this might have cost me $3. The cable, another $2 or whatever. It was well under $5, $7. It's been a while, but it's nothing that's gonna break the bank. This is stuff that you should make for at home on how to train for grip. It definitely has gotten my grip stronger. I went from being able to do 120 to 138 pounds fairly quick with training all these different things on the 𝘏𝘪𝘮. It may not sound like much, but trust me, until you try it, 120 pounds is pretty tough on the 𝘏𝘪𝘮 dumbbell, especially if you've never really touched it before. But my goal is 172 pounds, and I'd like to do that by next summer of 2021. So keep following me on these videos, and hopefully before summer of 2021, but definitely by then I want that 172 pounds, if not even more. That's my goal. So, all right, so thanks for checking out my stuff. If you have any questions, leave questions on the comments.
Strength equals gym. Why?
The strength equals everything.
Strength equals everything.
You want to get up from the couch? You better be strong.
What is going on?
Strength makes everything a little better. I'm not saying you have to be the strongest man in the world or woman. However, being stronger, whatever it is that you do, does equal it being better. If all you do is scrub toilets for a living, nothing wrong with that. But if you're scrubbing toilets, better to be stronger at it than weaker at it.